Go.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Tuesday night training call. Tonight we're doing something different, and I'm so excited about this. We have some amazing testimonies lined up for you. They're just going to share. Tonight, our goal is just for us to see how amazing opportunity Plexus has to offer it. So we're going to see amazing testimonies for health, and then we're also going to see a couple of financial testimonies. So we're going to get right to our testimonies tonight. For you who don't know, my name's Tammy Elmore. I'm the Diamond Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and I say that very humbly, and I'm very honored to be on this team with all of you guys. I'm going to turn the meeting over to Gina Fletcher. Gina, introduce yourself and share your story.
Hello, Tammy and everyone else. Thank you so much for having me. I'm very appreciative and honored. I feel like my story is very minimal and not as impactful as some, but then other times I know it's by us just sharing is changing lives. So in 2007, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis at a very, what I like to consider a young age. And I spent several years trying out all the different medications like methotrexate, Enbrel, Lortab, Humira, Orencia, Celebrex, and then of course I had Prevacid for my heartburn from all the medications. December of 2013, Sheree Duncan was posting a lot of weight loss stuff on Facebook, and I thought, man, who wouldn't want to lose 15 or 20 pounds? So I reached out to her, and I just ordered, I think, the Slim and the Accelerator, and between December and February, I just really just started diving into it and reading the post and just realized that this was an answer that I don't even know that I was asking for. I know I was asking for something, but it wasn't what I wasn't that specific. I just knew that God had something intended, not just in a physical form for me, but for financially for my family and in so many different aspects. And so I, by March, my husband came home and said that someone at work had asked him what they thought about this pink stuff that I had been talking about. And he said, I don't know what it is. I don't know anything about it. I just know that she has felt better than she's ever felt in 7 years. And I'm so thankful I have my wife back. So in March of 2014, I became an ambassador. By midsummer, well, a couple weeks later, about 2 or 3 weeks later, by then I was on the ProBio 5, BioCleanse, X Factor, and Slim. And I had the fast relief, but I quit taking my Celebrex. I was taking 2 Celebrex a day, so that's 400 milligrams of Celebrex. So for anyone who knows, that's kind of double the dose. I was also taking 800 milligrams of Motrin at night. I had Lortabs and muscle relaxers if I needed them. I tried not to take them. And then one day I just quit taking my Celebrex because I realized I didn't need it. And then I quit taking my Motrin. And before I knew it, within a few days, just a few days, my inflammation was gone. The point where your joints feel like they're going to explode from the inside out, that wasn't there anymore. My energy was back up. And by midsummer, I was off everything except my Orencia. I was still a little nervous to come off my injections that I was taking every Sunday. But then in October, I kind of forgot to do an injection one Sunday. And then the next Sunday, I forgot on purpose. And I haven't had an injection since. And in February, I went to my rheumatologist, and she said, she said, you are in remission. She said, we'll do a little lab work to back it up just to make sure. She said, but just by my the physical exam she did and by the labs, she said, you are in remission. She said, keep doing what you're doing. She said, the anti-inflammatories, the natural anti-inflammatories in Plexus are what's doing their job. And as long as I don't have any red swelling inflammation of the joints that I can see, there's no need to be on any prescription medications. And she also said that she has several patients that have gone into remission of their RA thanks to Plexus. So I will never stop taking it because there's nothing better than I'm going to have to take something for the rest of my life, and why not do it with all natural products than some man-made product that I'm not real sure what's going to do to me later down the road. So that is my story, and I have the privilege of introducing Kara McMurtry to share her amazing story. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. It's a real honor to be here tonight. And my journey started probably, I guess it was in January of 2014. I'd been listening to Whitney post about Plexus and all this great stuff it had been doing for a long time. And I made my first purchase. And then I got really sick. I had just finished 3 rounds of injections in my back and injections in my hips. And then from January to May, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
It seemed like everything that went by, the flu, upper respiratory, colds, you name it, I got it. I went through round after round of steroids and meds, and I gained about 40 pounds in about 3 to 4 months. Well, in May, I finally decided it was time to get serious and be consistent with the product, and so that's what I did 11 months ago. After, I guess, month on the slim and the accelerator, I woke up one morning and realized, hey, I woke up on my own and it's early. The dogs didn't wake me up. The alarm didn't wake me up. I have all this energy. I was like, wow. So then I upped it and ordered the cleanse because I've always had a problem with oxygen levels. And a couple weeks later, I was noticing more things. So I added the ProBio, and I'm now a full-fledged Plexus junkie. I take everything but the boost. I used to have migraines. I've had them since I was 16. I have not had a migraine in 11 months now. I also had cluster headaches. I had sinus headaches. I had severe allergies. I'm allergic to cats, dogs, feathers, and dirt. I live on a ranch, go figure. I have 5 dogs and 2 cats and about 20 chickens. And I no longer have any allergies. I don't take any allergy medicine anymore. I don't get allergy shots. And I don't take 2 nasal sprays every day. Every once in a while, when the wind's bad or something, I might use some saline solution, but that's it. I've had interstitial cystitis, commonly known as IC. It's a bladder disease. I've had that since I was 21. Severe pain daily. I can only eat certain foods. The weather changed. My bladder did flip-flops. I have not had any pain in 11 months. And that's a big, big, big blessing. Also, I've had kidney stones. I joke, I say I've birthed more kidney stones than most women do babies. And I've not had a kidney stone in 11 months either, which is another big blessing because every time I'd have one, it was a hospital trip, and that gets expensive. I had a doctor, I guess 10 years ago, right after I had my hysterectomy, that told me she was not going to diagnose me with fibromyalgia. She was going to treat all the symptoms, which to me was saying, okay, you have it. I'm just not going to say you have it. I no longer take any of those meds. I don't have any flare-ups. I think I had 2 this winter when the temperatures got, way below 0, and that was it. I have chronic back problems. I have 5 bulging discs and degenerative diseases, and I'm no longer taking any of those meds. I take a pain med once in a blue moon now when I've been on my feet exceptionally long or when I've driven 10 hours or something like that. But the fast relief and the nerve relief has helped with that tremendously. I also, this past fall, ended up with plantar fasciitis and a heel spur. And I had 1 round of injections in that, which I hope to God I never have to do again. It's horrible. It's excruciating. And the fast relief and everything else has helped tremendously with that. I've been having shingles for about 5 years now. And in a previous job where the stress was great, I would break out all the time, along with the migraine and a panic attack. I no longer have any of that either. I think I've had 2 shingles outbreaks in the last 11 months. And the first one, I had maybe 3 really small spots. And the whole outbreak was over in, I guess, probably a week. The second time, I had 1 spot, and it was gone in 3 days. And when I say shingles are a pain in the ass, they really are, because that's where I get them, on my butt. So I'm very thankful I haven't had any more of those outbreaks. I used to bruise really, really bad, and I was anemic. I was also hypoglycemic. I am no longer any of those. My immune system is great. I have no more acid reflux, no more bloating, no more gas, no more constipation. I'm not an insomniac anymore. I sleep wonderfully. Like I said, I am now, as of last month, off 9 meds. I'm now off my thyroid med too. and I'm off 5 as needed. There's only one pain med I still take, like I said, once in a blue moon. And I'm just tremendously blessed by this product, and it has done wonders for me. It has basically given me my life back. And now I would like to introduce Becky.
Barbara Stockton.
Hi, can everybody hear me? Yes? Okay. Well, I was asked about 15 to 20 minutes ago by Tammy to speak and tell my story. And it's kind of scary, but I'll do what I can do with that. Goodness, I don't even know where to start. Probably as far as my health goes, I'm 50 years old. Shouldn't tell that, but I'm 51 now. My health was going downhill fast. I had, like the lady before, bulging disc in my back. My activity level went to nothing. It was better just to sit and not hurt than to get up and go do anything. I'm an educator of 28 years, and so you're on your feet all the time. And so my favorite thing to do is to get home and sit down. Going along with all of that are stomach issues. I was diagnosed with IBS in 2008 and 2011. I actually went to, had an endoscope, and little did I know, and to tie this together, he took a picture of what it looked like, but it was the candida in my stomach. And it was really interesting because now when I look at it and I'm like, okay, that's why I felt so bad. And if anybody wants to see it someday, I'll share it with you. But I do have the picture, and it's just unbelievable. And now I really know why I felt so bad. But I had that going on in my body the whole time. Taking medications for that, taking medications for my back, having steroid injections. I've gained 50 pounds. And so I was at my wit's end, and Jenny's aunt had been posting on Facebook. I guess I noticed it in December, and I sent her a message. She said, if anybody's interested, contact me. So I did, and I said, well, in a couple months when I have some money put together, I can go ahead and purchase and get the products, because this looks really good. Since taking these in the middle of February, my stomach issues, IBS, don't have any problems with that. My bloating and severe stomach pain is gone. It's flat. I've lost 7 pounds and about 10 inches around my waist, and everything is just shrinking. My rings don't stay on my fingers. I can see bones in my feet. I'm just so excited. My ankles and body doesn't hurt. I just feel so much better. And my girls were saying not long ago, I have 3 daughters, Mom, you're kind of looking like Grandma Pearl. That's not a good sign. Grandma Pearl was a wonderful lady, but I knew what they were referring to. That was my wake-up call. And so that's when I contacted Jenny. So I don't know, health-wise, I can see a big difference. And I'm going to have to go on and say that my husband is also in this journey with me. And, oh, my goodness, he feels so much better. And he's going right along with me, and he's seeing different things going on with his body, and he's beginning to lose his belly. And we're like punching on his belly going, oh, my gosh, look at that. We see, and he just feels so much better. Another thing, and I said this is a journey because I feel in the last several years, I will retire in 2 years. In the last several years, I've been thinking, okay, I cannot make it on my retirement. And so God had been telling me I need to share my story. And I didn't know what the story was supposed to be. I didn't know. I just kept hearing that in my mind. And I told my husband that, over and over, I don't know what to do and how it's going to happen. And this came along, and it was an aha moment that this is it. This is where I get to tell my story. And it's going to be, I hope, and I know, and I believe that it's going to be through my health benefits that I'm going to see and continue to see in taking Plexus, because I I was about to give up and say that sitting on the couch was okay. When it's difficult to get up and down and just don't feel good at all, you don't sleep, it makes a big difference in your life, and you just kind of, everything starts crashing down. So I want to thank Jenny for that and thank Plexus for that, because I know that this is leading somewhere where I want it to go. And the doors are opening, and I appreciate that. And I know that I'm glad that Plexus has come into my life, and I'm excited to see where it's going to go from there. And next will be Melanie, and she's going to share her story.
Thank you. And I love that my little name on here says Kelly Norman. That's very fun. That I'm Kelly Norman the second. I'm totally okay with that, by the way. I logged on through this account. I'm like, oh, look, I'm Kelly too. That's fine. Hi, everybody. My name is Melanie Byron. I live in sunny Southern California, where we have a nice, fantastic Plexus team building here. And Plexus started for me almost 2 years ago exactly, in a couple of weeks here, when my friend Kelly Norman sent me a text message about this stuff called Plexus. And I trusted her, and I had to lose some weight, and that's all I was really looking into it for. And so I went in. I sat on it a month, just so you know. I waited like a month, and she kept, what do you think? And I said, I want to. I have to ask the husband if it's okay. And she said, well, there's a money back guarantee. I said, oh, okay, that's fine. So I went for it, and as soon as I started on the triplex plus the accelerator, and as soon as I started on Plexus, I noticed I just felt amazing. As everybody reports, the weight started coming off, my mood was better, I didn't miss the antidepressants I took myself off of that I shouldn't have been off of. My husband noticed it. I wasn't eating as much. We were saving money, not going. I'm a teacher too. There's a lot of teachers nodding. So I lived on Starbucks at the end of the day, and those visits stopped. So all the little tiny things kind of happened. And it wasn't until I actually went out to Oklahoma to visit my dad and Kelly, and see Kelly and Tammy out there, and I was at Kelly's house, and she was trying to feed me some food, and she was trying to feed me some healthy food like fruits and vegetables and nuts, and I wasn't able to eat all that because about 17 years ago I started developing some very serious food allergies where I was allergic to fruits, vegetables, and nuts. And it started with just cantaloupe and slowly graduated over the course of 17 years to the point where I couldn't eat any fruits, vegetables, and nuts. And it would cause an anaphylactic type reaction where my chest would close and I would stop breathing and the sinuses would close, and it was pretty serious. So I carried Benadryl everywhere. I had an EpiPen in my purse and just knew that I couldn't have that kind of stuff. I was seeing some of the top allergists in the area for my allergies at the time. The best thing to do for that food allergy is just not, there's nothing we can do for your food allergies. So fast forward 2 months into Plexus on the triplex, I'm at Kelly's house. She says, you know, have you heard all those Plexus stories about people with their food allergies? I said, no. She said, you know, I'm going to tag you in some posts. Why don't you go look up candida yeast and leaky gut, and I'll tag you in some stuff. So by the end of that day's research, I went back to my dad's house and tried a piece of cantaloupe late at night with my Benadryl in my hand, and nothing happened. And it usually took about 20 seconds for the itching to start and the Benadryl to come in and make it better. So I sat in front of the refrigerator, literally snacking on food for about a half an hour, waiting for something to happen, and it didn't. I even almost took Benadryl before I went to bed, thinking it might happen like the middle of the night. It's all going to kick in at 3 a.m. and I'm going to die. So my stepmom said, I'll sleep with you. You'll be fine. Sure enough, I was fine. I had watermelon with breakfast, and the girls couldn't believe it. And it was just such a huge turning point. I was down 17 pounds, and I thought that, yay, Plexus rocks. And I had no idea the freedom I was going to experience by being able to eat the stuff that I wanted to eat. And it's funny because I was just before the Zoom, I was having some snacks, and I'll put on my little plate here. I had banana and broccoli, carrots, cauliflower, raspberries, and snap peas. All of these things would have sent me in an anaphylactic shock and to the emergency room 2 years ago. And to be able to eat this and go to Toppers and have the salad bar and eat healthy foods has been huge for me. A few other side benefits we've noticed that my sinus polyps aren't an issue. I've had no more sinus infections. My husband hasn't used his Flonase nasal spray in almost 2 years. We found that out by accident. Again, being down 39 pounds, that's a bonus. I always forget to bring that part up. down 39 pounds is a huge bonus, but finding my freedom in a lot of ways. And the business side of things, of course, is a complete blessing. But I always say I got healthy on accident with Plexus. And so now we go out and help other people get healthy on accident. So it's been fantastic. Thanks, Kelly, for that text and being such a great friend and changing my life and so many others now that we're all touching. So I thank you for your time. And I'm going to introduce Cassie Dunlap.
Hi, my name is Cassie Dunlap and I'm from Abilene, Kansas. My story is similar to a lot of others in the fact that I have fibromyalgia and migraines. And I was first diagnosed with fibromyalgia probably about 13 years ago, even though I had it before. I remember back in high school, my toes going numb. Fast forward to a year ago last January, and I had seen repeated posts from my upline or my friend Dana Longnecker from church about Plexus and just little informational things that she put out. And I thought, yeah, maybe I'll try it. I've tried a bunch of things before, but I'll go ahead and try this. So I went ahead and purchased the Slim and the Accelerator at that time. I took it for about a week and thought, nah, it's really not for me. So actually I stopped taking it. I was pretty skeptical. But then I looked at the counter one day and saw the little pink package and said, you know what, I bought it. Let's just go ahead and let's try it. So I hit it hard. And next thing I knew, it was the first part of March. And I stopped one day and realized that I hadn't had any fibromyalgia flare-ups. And we had gone through horrible cold spells in Kansas last year. And that was amazing that I didn't have any flare-ups. And I also suffered from migraine or hormonal migraines. And I hadn't had any of those. And I stopped and thought, wow, there must be something to this. In the meantime, I had been reading posts about gut health, and that really tweaked my interest, and also how people were getting off of their medications. And at that point, I thought, well, I'll just try the ProBio 5 and the BioCleanse, and along with the Slim. And because I'm a little bit of a cheapskate, I'm always looking for the best deal. I decided to sign up as an ambassador. So that began my ambassador journey. My goal was to maybe reduce my medication. I never thought I'd get off of it. So I waited until that summer to kind of wean back on 3 of my medications that I was on at that time, 1 for fibromyalgia, migraines, and then acid reflux. And I did that in the summer. And just slowly started to decrease all my medications and had fabulous success. Although I switched jobs at the beginning of last March, or at the beginning of last August, and on the very first day of school, I thought I had the flu, but it was actually a migraine. I had taken my medication down just a little bit too low. And so I learned in the process that, oh, I must be one of those people that actually can't get off of their medication all the way, but I need both. Fast forward 6 more months, and I am actually off of all medication. It just took me a little bit longer with persistence and patience and consistency. And I am prescription free. It has been over a year since I've had a fibromyalgia flare-up. It has been since August since I've had a migraine. I feel wonderful. I probably feel 20 years younger than I actually am. And I'm just thrilled with my Plexus journey and want to share that with other people. And can't wait to just shout it out to the world, actually. I'd like to just hand everybody a little pink package, but I don't. Anyway, that is my story, and I'm thrilled to be with you tonight and to tell you more about it. But at this time, I'd like to introduce Becky.
Hi, my name is Becky. I'm from Iowa, and I've only been on Plexus for about 4 months. I was one of the skeptical ones, and I started out as preferred, and then I ended up joining as an ambassador, and I'm a silver ambassador now. And I had thyroid issues.
I have NHL, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. I've had a heart attack, cardiac arrest, and I was taking 4 hydrocodones a day and 2 Dilaudid. I was also on Synthroid, Tenolol, and Nitro, and I'm also on Xanax and Cymbalta for depression. As of today, I'm down 41 pounds, off my hydrocodone, off my Tenolol, my heart meds. I went in the other last week for my blood drawn. My TSH levels were the best they ever been. My blood pressure was normal. Everything was normal. I'm still in remission from NHL. So everything's been working fabulous, which I never thought, because I was a skeptical one. And if it wasn't for Andrea who got me on it, I would have never been here today. And that's basically my testimony. I mean, it's nothing big, but so I think that's all. And I forget who I'm supposed to announce.
Leona Brown.
Leona.
Yes.
Okay, can you hear me? I am honored to be here tonight. I'm Leona Bryson. I'm a Senior Ruby Ambassador with Plexus. I'm here to tell you a little bit about my financial testimony. Plexus has been a godsend, and I've said from the get-go that I was going to give him all the honor for what he's done for me. And hopefully I'm not going to cry through this, because I've been a little emotional lately for some reason. But I think it's just hit me, just how much I've been blessed. So in June of 2013, I was desperate for some weight loss. I had tried for 6 months on my own and it wasn't working. Melissa Hildebrand, a good friend of mine, messaged me and said she had some products I should try. So I met her. She said, sign up as an ambassador. It's a better deal. You get it wholesale. And I was a single parent with a daughter starting college, a grown daughter that had a grandchild, and a son still at home. I made it from check to check. I had stashed a little money away to go to a weight loss clinic, of all things. And I used that money to sign up for Plexus. I bought the biggest welcome pack you could get that was going to get me a 3-month supply. But within 3 days, I knew I had something that was life-changing. Everybody wanted to know what I was doing. So I sold 2 of my packages to my sister-in-laws, and I was out $7 for signing up with Plexus. Within a month, at work, everyone wanted to know what I was doing, because you could see a change in me immediately based on my moods, how I felt. You could see the physical change as well. So I was sharing my website. I had no clue I even had a business. I did not know I was in network marketing. So I was sharing my website. And in July, I signed up in June, so I had a full month of sharing the products. Not big. I was just giving my website away and saying, get these products. I had not even checked into what was what. So on the July the 15th, I got a check, and it was enough to make my truck payment. And I cried. I literally cried at work, because $50 would have been life-changing for me. I robbed Peter to pay Paul. There was no money at the end of the week. We lived, check to check, and I had to manipulate things to survive. I thought, well, I have something here I probably better look into just a little bit more. I didn't have time. My job consumed me. 7 days a week I was on the phone dealing with technicians, and even at night they called me on the phone. So I couldn't work a business. But I shared what the products were doing for me. And then Melissa talked me into sharing a post on Facebook before and after. And at that time, I still didn't realize you could even see a difference in me. I just knew I could feel it. When I shared that post, my Facebook blew up. I couldn't even answer the questions fast enough.
Are they outside the door?
So I started working it through Facebook and sharing other people's testimonies. And my checks got bigger each month and bigger each month. And I still was consumed with my job. So each month I seen it was bigger, and I'm thinking, God must have some kind of plan here. I just didn't know what it was. And as they passed my income at work, I realized, I had always wanted out of my job, so I had no idea that's what I was going to get to do. And I kept thinking, this is going to stop pretty soon. This is going to stop any day now. But they kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So I pretty much just told God if I was supposed to leave my job and do Plexus full time, he's just going to have to shove me out the door. And he pretty much showed me those signs. So I left in less than a year my full-time job that was my lifeline, my security. It was hard for me to walk away because I was scared. I left that job knowing God had a plan. And since he had a plan a year before it ever happened, but my dad got sick and I needed to be with him for 6 weeks in the hospital. I couldn't have done that with my job. And during that time, my checks just kept coming in and kept coming in and kept coming in. I couldn't have done that with a 9-to-5 job. After that, my granddad got sick and I had to take care of him and deal with the funeral that there was no extra funds for, but thankful for Plexus, there was the funds there that was needed. And God had a plan a year before I ever knew any of this was going to happen. So I give him all the credit. Don't be afraid to share. I have some people on my team and some customers, and I'm telling you, it has saved their life. You shouldn't be embarrassed to share that. It's the most amazing thing. You know, it's like Tammy shared, and many of you have shared, you know, you can offer everyone a cup of coffee. Not everyone's going to take it, but just keep on offering because you never know when they might say yes. But thanks for having me, guys. I think I'm supposed to turn it over to Kelly.
Thank you, Leona. Wow, I was just sitting here listening to all these calls, and I am just awed and humbled and thankful that I am where I am, that God placed me right in the middle of all you guys, and it has been a huge blessing. I'll quickly tell you a little bit of my story, is that several years ago, probably about 4 or 5, my husband and I purchased a franchise, and this was for our retirement. You see, a used car lot, and so we have survived through that, done well. There's no retirement in that, so you got to sell a car to make money, just like a realtor has to sell a house to make money. Years ago, I used to cut hair. I've got to cut hair to make money, and it was a one-time thing, you know. So you don't get paid the next month for the work that you did the month before, like we do here in network marketing. So there was no retirement. We decided we were going to buy a franchise. We bought a Papa John's pizza franchise. Great pizza, right? But just some things happened and it did not work. So we shut the doors owing about $200,000 on what was hopefully going to be our retirement. We remortgaged our ranch. And it was just a really difficult time. So throughout this time, I just started seeking the Lord because I felt like earlier in life that the Lord told me he was going to bring financial freedom into me and my family. And I just started praying, and I started asking him for an opportunity. And I can remember praying and asking God, saying, God, I'm not asking you for a check in the mail. I'm just asking you for an opportunity to fulfill what I believe your plan for my life is. And I believe the plan for everybody's life is. And so the whole time my sister's doing Plexus, I had done network marketing before, and it was not a good experience for me. Looking back now, you know, in network marketing, you need a product that everybody wants. And I just want to say that 40% of our product are purchased by customers. So you see, this is a product that everybody wants, but the one I was in before, not everybody wanted. And it was tough. I'd convinced my friends and family this is what we needed to do. We were going to get wealthy, and nobody could make it work. And it was actually traumatic for me because people that I loved had such hard times with this, and I took the blame on myself. So I swore I would never do network marketing again. So I'm praying, asking God to bring something into my life the whole time. My sister's doing Plexus. I'm even encouraging people to be her customer. Continuing to pray. So on February, I believe it was around the 6th, she came to my house and she sat across from my bar and she said, Kelly, this is for real. You've got to get in. And you know, guys, it was just like, it was total God, total Holy Spirit that sent her over to my house and that gave me peace when she said that this is it. And so I knew when she said that, that's what I was supposed to do. I didn't know what it all looked like, guys, but I just knew that God said to do it. So I told my husband, this is what we're going to do. And he did not get the word from God, I guess, that I got. So he was not as excited as I was. I remember my teenage son saying, Dad, if she wants to do it, you need to support her. And of course, my husband's great. And so I just said, honey, if you'll give me 1 year, I really think I can make this happen. And so he said, okay. And he blessed me with it. And I set my family down. I have 2 boys. And I told them, I said, for the next year, I'm going to work really hard, and there's going to be some nights that I might not be home, but I really think this is our opportunity for financial freedom. And my family supported me, and I just started telling everybody, guys. I started telling everybody that was on my phone. I just sent them a text message, and people say, well, what do you say? Well, I just spoke from my heart about some amazing products that I found, and then went to email, then I went to inbox, and just everybody I knew, any way that I could contact them, I just told them what I was doing. I knew that Plexus was going to start, becoming more and more popular, and people were going to know the name about it, and I wanted them to hear it from me first. So I just told them some testimonies, and then I posted every single day testimonies of other people, contacted people, and before I knew it, people were wanting to try the stuff. And I can't tell you how many times that I said 60-day money-back guarantee over and over and over. I can remember telling Melanie, heard her testimony about the allergies about it. Well, she didn't respond back to me, and so I thought that maybe I'd hurt her feelings because I was telling her about this weight loss thing. So I was like, I can remember texting her back saying, Melanie, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings or anything like that. But she was just trying to get the okay from her husband. Thank God she got that. So I just continued on, got some team members on there. My sister and I decided that we needed to train these people. So started a Facebook training group, which I believe most of you are on. It's Freedom with Plexus. And part of my testimony over all of this is that God is in the middle of it. God has ordained it. God has called me to this, and he's called you to this. When I made that Facebook training group that you're on, and many of you have already heard this, but there's some new people on here, I want to hear it, is that I started to pray, and I said, God, what do I name this group? Because something within me felt like that this was important. And he spoke to me and he says, I want you to name it freedom. And he gave me the scripture that when Jesus was in the temple and he said, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, he has anointed me to bring sight to the blind, to release the captive, to heal the brokenhearted, to share the good news. He says, that's what I'm going to do through Plexus. In your hands and in your team's hands. And so I named it Freedom. And many of you other people have heard, I've had word after word of people coming to me and saying, God's told me to tell you, freedom, and just confirm that. So I know that God has called each and every one of us here. My first check, I'll go back to this. My first check, I figured it up. I'd read the compensation plan 3 times every single day. It was kind of hard for me to understand at first, but I kept reading it and was getting it. So the first month I figured out I was going to get paid. And so I took it to my husband and I says, my first check is going to be this amount. And he says, I really think you're confused. And so I didn't say anything, but then when I got the check in the mail, that's in the old days when we got the check in the mail, it was almost exactly to the penny of what I thought. So I can remember taking a picture of it and sending it to him. And guys, it was total blessing in my life financially. I got into this, unlike a lot of the stories you heard today, I got into this for financial freedom. I got into this because when I looked in my husband's eyes and I saw the strife and I saw how hard it was for him carrying the load of financially providing for his family, and it just took years off of him, it broke me. And when I got involved with freedom, for financial freedom for my family. And so anyway, long story short, 7 months later, I earned the Emerald and got to get that full Lexus. And then a year later, I turned Diamond. And the only way I tell people, first of all, it's the grace of God, and it's his hand upon this. Second of all, it's because of you guys. It's because of my team that was willing to go out and share with other people, and our products work. So thank God for Plexus, thank God for my team, and thank God that he put products into this business that are radically changing people's lives. So this year we're looking at becoming looking at becoming debt-free, and it's been a huge blessing in my life. And I tell people that, it's not just for me. It's not just for Leona. It's not just for Tammy. It's for those that want to work hard. I will tell you that it's hard work, but it's been wonderful work, and it's been rewarding, and I am totally blessed. So thanks, Tammy, for putting this together.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you all. As I sat here, I have to tell you, I've had chills all over my body. I've just thank God for Plexus and what it's brought to all of us. This isn't just about me. It's about what it's done for everybody and what it's going to do for the people that we share with. So thank you all so much for sharing your heart and how Plexus has changed your life. I know it's going to continue to change your life and the lives of others. I am blessed beyond measure to be on a team with every one of you. And you know that it's not about me, and it's not about Kelly or Leona or any of us. It's about our teams. We're all on this journey together. And that is what's so cool. And I spoke with someone today that just joined my team, and I told them, you have to reinvent the wheel. The cool thing is we're a team, and we're here, and everyone is going to help everyone, and we're all have our eye on the same prize, and that's to make a difference in people's lives. And so thank you all. Thank you for this call, and we've recorded it, and we want to share it with everyone. There's lots of people that are at meetings tonight, and they'll get to watch this call from the recording, and so share it, because we want everybody to know that what Plexus is and have the belief that we all have. All right. Thank you so much for being on the call.